Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the Tuesday banger. It's time for the Tuesday banger, y'all. That's a lock. It's time for the Tuesday banger, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, though, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out there working hard, working the 9 to 5. Everybody that's out there with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the mornings, man. I promise y'all, it's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process, and that's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. That's it, man. We got to stay out here, man. If we want to be with our family, we can't be in prison, man. We're not going to be with our family if we go to jail, man. If you want to keep getting in trouble, man, they're going to take you away from your family. You're going to take yourself away from your family, man. Do the right thing out here, man. Think about the people that's going to get affected the most by you going to jail, man. Think about those people. People got kids. Majority of y'all that be out in these streets, y'all got kids. Y'all got people that really need you, man. And you still be out here acting crazy, man. When I was outside acting crazy, man, I didn't have no kids, man. The only people I was letting down and I knew I was going to leave if I ever got in trouble was my family, my mom and dad, my brothers. People out here that got children that be taking these gambles, man. We must do better, man. You got to think about the people that's going to get affected the most. Change up everything you're doing, man. Change up the people you hanging with. Change the places that you go to. If you want to stay out the way, man, it's simple as that, y'all. That's all I'm going to say, man. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the Tuesday banger. So what did y'all do this one? Like, shit, scraps on y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But it's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called Unc Let Us Down. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation, but we are where, people? We are in penitentiary, man, where crazy things happen all the time. And I'm telling y'all, man, like, it's so many old heads in there, man, that just, they move to the own beat of their drum, man. Like, you can't tell them nothing, man. Like, I don't care who you are, old, young. It's so many old heads in there that's stuck in their ways, man. I have ran across so many, man. There's so many in there that just think that they just on top of the world because they older, or they think just because of their age, or because they've been to this prison, or they've been down this amount of time of years, they think that they can just do whatever they want. It happens like that in there, man. A lot of these people be from the cities that you from, man. It happens, man. So when it happens, man, you just kind of be prepared to deal with guys like this, man. So with that being said, though, we on Susses 2 for this, y'all. We on Susses 2. And I can remember, man, being in 2C for this one, man. And this is my 3rd time in 2C, y'all. This is when I'm about to get transferred to Lawrenceville, y'all. I'm walking a straight and narrow, y'all. I done left the la-la alone, you hear me? Y'all know when I'm in this pod 2C for the 3rd time, man. I'm waiting to go to Lawrenceville, man. I have left the la-la alone. I'm telling y'all, man, there's no la-la in my system. Y'all are dealing with, right now, this story is about the sober Wheezy. That's what it is, man. I was sober through this whole story because I wasn't messing with the la-la. I couldn't afford to mess with the la-la, man. When I got moved to 2C, man, I got over there with my homeboys, and I saw they was moving right. Dudes that I knew was maniacs and goons, and I saw them moving right. I had to move right, man. Everybody was moving right because we was trying to get to Lawrenceville, man. Susses 2 had a contract with Lawrenceville. I promise you, everybody that messed up on Lawrenceville, they was getting sent to Susses 2. So their level was going from a 3 to a 4. So when you mess up, that's where they send you, man. They send you to the place that we hate now, which is Susses 2. The whole time I was on Susses 2, getting transferred was never in my mind until I just started seeing dudes smarting up here and there. Yo, what's up, bro? You about to get transferred? Yo, I'm gone. Like, it ain't fun always catching charges, man. Like that's not really fun no more, man. So like I kind of grew up on Sussex, so I have matured, I have got older, and now I'm like 25, man. I'm 25 going on 26, and I feel like I'm a little mature now that I done been in penitentiary this long, man. So the way I'm moving and the way my homeboys moving, man, everybody's moving militant, man, because all it takes is one charge. And I don't care if it's you not tucking your shirt in, you got something on your life, you cursed the CO out, you back talk, you did this, whatever it is. If you catch one charge within a year of your annual review, you're going to be stuck on Sussex for another year, y'all. So boom. So everybody was moving right. I promise you, I was moving right. My homeboy was moving right. My other homeboy was moving right. Dudes I knew from Richmond that was wild, they was moving right. We had to move right, man. I was shocked to be in a pod like this. Like, I didn't even plan to even come back to 2C. I was just downstairs with the old heads and 2B. And then it was like, they just did a move. And they was like, yo, White, you moving? I'm like, where I'm going? They was like, you going to 2C. They moved me to 2C, man. It felt good to have dudes on the same page I was on, man. So with all that being said, though, man, like, we chilling in there, though, man. Like, all we doing is working out, staying out the way, man. Like, you can't do nothing. The investigator got it in the headlock, man. There's nothing that you can do. Now, in the midst of all of this, y'all already know it's still going to be penitentiary in there. It's still going to be dudes in there that still don't care about moving the way we was moving. It was just a pack of us, like a decent amount of us, like a good percentage of people, like probably half of the pod that was moving right in there on some no charges or none of that. And I say that because you could just tell like how it was. When I came in there, they was already ahead of the game as far as the pod that was kind of staying out of trouble and all of that. Like that's what they was known for slightly, man. Like I say, to see the dudes that was in there was a shocker. So everybody trying to move right, man. Like, you got to be careful when other people come around. They'll try to throw you off your axle. When other people come around, they'll try to throw you off how you was moving, man. So, but I can remember this time, man, when they ended up moving this old head in 2C, man. Now, he moved in the block when I was asleep. I slept in cell 44. I was all the way up at the top, the last door by the back door, y'all. I promise you, I was in that cell. But I was knocked out. Like, I was spending a lot of time in the cell. Like, that's how you really stay out the way. I would come out and kick it with my homeboys, you know what I mean? Kick it with, you know what I mean? Kick it with a lot of dudes. I would come out and kick it with, I would come out and kick it with a lot of my homeboys. Like, but still though, like everybody was kind of in duck off mode because it just didn't make sense to be out doing stuff because you would end up getting late doing something, man. So everybody just kind of tucked their tail, paused, and kind of just stayed in the cell. So I'm in the cell sleep. I didn't even know they brought somebody in. Now, people will come into that pod, and like when they come in that pod, they usually be on the same time that we was on. But if they not, that's on them. And like I say, they had people in there that was moving crazy. So when I wake up, I get up, you know what I mean? I brush my teeth, I'm at the sink. I'm all the way in cell 44. I can go out my door and look, and I can see the pod, like looking down to my right. I can see everybody out in the pod. You know what I mean? I don't got a view of everything because I'm at 44, but I can still see. So I brush my teeth. You know what I mean? I get my celly attention. My celly was from DC, you know what I mean? I get his attention. Yo, get the door open. He get the door open, you know what I mean? So I brush my teeth, get myself right, wash my face. I step out. When I step out, I'm coming down the steps. I see my homeboy. My homeboy was like, yo, man, they just brought somebody in here from the town. I was like, for real, who? He was like, OG right there. I was like, OG. Man, we're going to call him Unc, man. You know what I mean? We're going to call him Unc. I was like, who? He was like, right there. I was like, oh, all right, I seen him. As soon as I seen him, he was already over there talking to two young boys that was from the town. And they was on the same page as far as how everybody gonna stay out the way. You know what I mean? So he was over there talking to them. And I seen him. So when I seen him, I don't know him. I never seen him before. You know what I mean? Like from afar, like I looked at him like for real. I wanted to scan him because like I seen that he was an old head that been down for a minute. But the angle he was at, I couldn't really get him because like he talking sideways to the dude like this way. So I kind of, when I looked this way, I was like, I kind of like his face didn't look familiar to me. So I'm like, wow, he from the town. I keep it moving. You know what I mean? So I go sit at the bench. So I'm sitting on the bench talking to my homeboy from North with me and him kicking it. So he was like, yeah. He was like, man, oh, wow, though, man. I was like, what you talking about? He was like, man. Like, yo, the lady told him that he wasn't on the bottom bunk. And he just got crazy after that, man. He was like, that's why he over there talking. He talking to dude homeboy because he telling him that he's supposed to be on the bottom bunk and he trying to explain it. Now, the dude that he was in the cell with, he ended up moving Unc, man, in cell 3, which is not too far from the booth. And it's right there in the main strip. So I guess whoever cell he was in, so the person who he was in the cell with was like I would say like a older dude, slightly. Not, he was older than us. If you were older than us, we consider you an older dude back then. So I give him probably like in his early 40s. Like I give Unc probably in his late 40s, man. You know what I mean? But Unc gave off this intimidating factor, like just for me seeing him from afar. He was kind of short. He was a little stocky built, you know what I mean? Like he worked out in his bed. He was bald headed, man. He didn't give you a maniac vibe crazy. But he gave you a different type of vibe for right, I ain't gonna lie. Like he over there talking to some dude He talking to one of the dudes in the block. I guess the dude he talking to is homeboys with the guy that he's in cell 3 with. Now the old head that he's in cell 3 with, man, like for real, he don't want no problems. Like he the type, you know what I mean? He just trying to stay out the way and get transferred. That's all he trying to do. But I looked up, I seen Unc over that joint, just kind of like just going in, kind of like, you know what I mean? So I asked my homeboy, I was like, yo, what he about to fight or something? So he was like, man, I don't know, man. Unc just moved in the pod a couple of minutes ago. I'm like, man, get out of here, man. He was like, bro, he just moved in. He was like, look over there. Look at his cell. I looked. His stuff wasn't even unpacked. He still had his stuff. His boxes sitting on top of the top bunk. He had all that up there. So he in the jump, man. You know what I mean? He just keep like having a major conversation. So the conversation go from friendly to a little aggressive because we hear Unc, because he kind of like behind me a little bit. But I finally hear him like, he like, yeah. But I hear Unc, he like, yeah. Man, I ain't like, man, look, y'all got me mixed up. Like, I don't care what the police say. I don't care what the police say. Like, he used to be looking like he had a major angry look at him, man. Like, he just had a real angry look. He was like, yeah, I don't care what the police say. I don't care. They ain't got nothing to do with this. Yeah, look, this is what we gonna do, man. Let me buy the bottom bunk for you then. Let me buy it from you then. So the old head dude, the old head homeboy was like, oh, I don't think he gonna sell it. He was like, well, all right, then I come to you because I knew we was on the other camp and I know this, you know him, y'all from the same city. So that's why I came to you. I ain't got nothing else to say. Dude was like, well, hold on. He was like, I ain't got nothing else to say. And he just walked away from dude. So when he walked away from dude, that's when he started walking like kind of towards us. So when he seen us right there, he walked up to the bench. So my man must have already met him. So when he walked up, my man was like, what's up, huh? He was like, man, he looked at me, he was like, I was like, yo, what's up, Weezy, man? He was like, oh, what's up, man? How you doing, man? I had his hands. That's when I can't make out right now. I was like, he was like, yeah. He tried to pull his hand away. I was like, he was like, yeah, damn, young blood. I was like, oh, my bad, man, my bad, bro. I was like, yeah, though, man. I was like, what's up, what you got going on, though, man? Like, you know, we chilling in this joint, though, man. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, man, I'm saying, though, like, this dude, man, like, I was supposed to get the bottom bunk. He ain't trying to get off the bottom bunk. The CO got it wrong. So I'm just going to go ahead and get him off the bottom bunk. His homeboy is the one I'm worried about. That's why I talked to him. Like, I was locked up with him. Me and him was at Powhatan together. I was like, for real? He was like, yeah, man, like, they just moved me from 4 building, man, because I got into it with the CO. So that's why they put me over here, man. I'm like, man, that's crazy, man. I'm like, so look, man, like, to be honest with you, though, I was like, look, you going to rumble? Because if you gonna rumble, we ain't gonna let nobody bank you. You know what I mean? That's why that's what you really insinuating or acting like. That ain't going down. Like, we ain't gonna let nobody jump you. But like at the same time though, like if you ain't gonna rumble or nothing, don't man. This you ain't gotta keep getting loud. Like, you know what I mean? I said, dudes in here really chilling. And I said, it's up to you. I said, we chilling. I said, I don't know about you, but I'm trying to get to Lawrenceville, man. I'm tired of hearing the stories about the place. I'm trying to get to this place, man. I'm hearing the stories about, man. Real talk, man. I'm trying to get to another island. That's basically what I told her. There, my whole homeboy was like, yeah, man, for real though. Like, you gotta be careful though, because you know we jump out there for you, man. Like that junk can mess all our stuff up though. You know we gonna rock. But at the same time though, just be mindful of that. You know we chilling. You know what I mean? He was like, oh yeah, I'm cool. But still though, yeah, they know I'm from Norfolk, so they know I got backup. Yeah, they already know I got backup though. Like, yeah, like y'all, man, y'all good. And I got y'all back too. Yeah, I got y'all back too. I'm saying in my head, like, I don't really need nobody to have my back, man. You know what I mean? Like, I barely come out the cell, y'all. So boom. Unc gave me a bad vibe right there. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The vibe that he gave me, it wasn't a good vibe. But yet still, he's somebody from out our way. I rock with him a little bit, you know what I mean? Just getting to know him. I'm gonna see if I can rock with him a little bit, man. So I guess nothing happened with him and his roommate. He went and got on the top bunk for the first night. You know what I mean? The second night rolled around. Now I rewind the tape. He did what he did because the CO that told him he couldn't get the bottom bunk wasn't at work this day. So I guess he was waiting to see when the CO leave, like a real old school convict. So when the CO leave, he came and pulled up on us again. We all was standing back there. My homeboy is one of the barbers. So we standing back there where you get your haircut, where you get your haircut at. And everybody, like me and my other 2 homeboys, we waiting to get our haircut. He got somebody else in the chair now, but we waiting. I'm about to get my edge up. Everybody waiting for a haircut. So he come back there where he was at. He walked over to my homeboy. He was like, hey, look, I'm standing right here. My homeboy got his back to him. He walked up to my homeboy. He said, hey, look, I'm about to put some work in real quick, man. Y'all hold me down. My homeboy turned around like, what's up, man? Who you about to fight, man? He was like, nah. Dude, my cell, man, like, for real, man, like, he think it's a game, man. I need that bottom bunk. So we like, look. I said, you think it's that serious over bottom bunk? Oh, he was like, man, listen, ain't nobody carrying me, man. Like, I ain't got time for that, man. Ain't nobody carrying me, man. Yeah, look, just look, what y'all gonna hold me down or what? I ain't trying to keep talking, man. So my homeboy like, man, yeah, I'll hold you down, man. You know what I mean? So I was about to walk over there. I was like, man, for real though, bro, if you gonna hold him down, bro. I was like, man, ain't nobody going in the joint, man. I was saying, plus, if everybody go by his door, I said, they at cell 3, bro. I said, if everybody go stand by his door, I said, bro, we all going to jail, bro. They gonna find out. They gonna see. You know what I mean? I said, so all of us, I said, oh, you ain't got another cell to fight in? He was like, nah, I'm about to just thrash. I'm about to just thrash him real quick, man, because I ain't got time for this, man. I ain't got time for this, man. So he walking towards, you know what I mean? He go towards the room. When he go towards the room, I see that, you know what I mean? He pull up. When he pull up on his celly, like I'm looking from afar, but I told y'all they in cell 3, but when I see how he pull up on his celly, it was majorly aggressive. I couldn't hear what he was saying. But all I know is his celly just was like, it started packing his shit right then and there. His celly started packing his shit right then and there, just getting his shit together. And I was shocked to see old head kind of submit to this. You know what I mean? Like I would think old head stand up, you know what I mean, to Unc. But like, I guess on the strength that he was just trying to get off this compound, man. Like you never know why people be trying to get transferred. Like, so you can never judge why somebody will move the way they move when it comes to not getting in trouble. So like, I guess whatever Unc was saying, man, old school just packed this shit up, man. Old school just start packing all this shit up. Unc came out that bitch. Unc was like, yeah, nigga, shit, nigga. You see that shit? I ain't had to throw a punch. Yeah, nigga. So my homeboy was like, what the fuck going on, man? Like, what? He leaving? He was like, yeah, that nigga leaving. Fuck that. I need that bottom bump. I need that motherfucking bottom bump. Fuck that nigga, man. Damn. Fuck that nigga, man. So I'm like, damn. So I walk up, I'm like, damn, that nigga packing up, man. He was like, yeah, man, fuck that shit, man. You see that shit? I ain't even had to throw a punch. He showed me his knuckles. He was like, look, I ain't even had to throw a punch. Yeah, I ain't even had to unleash these babies. He kept kissing his knuckles. He was like, yeah. Yeah, I was like, damn, that nigga scared like that. I looked in the cell, old school was like, his homeboy walked over there, his homeboy was saying something to him. Dude was just like, he wasn't trying to hear it. And nigga packed his shit up, he got his shit in the bag. He pulled his boxes out, he put his TV on top of his box. He came out, and he just stood in front of the booth. He walked up to the booth, he was like, hey, look, he said something to the lady. The lady was like, she let him out. He came back in. He ran back in real quick. He ran up to her. He was like, let him push his stuff in the office and lock the door. You know what I mean? While he gone. So she let him take his stuff in the office. Then he left out. When he left out, he never came back. He never came back, man. The police came back. The police came and grabbed the stuff. After the police came and grabbed the stuff, man, the sergeant came up there. When the sergeant came in the party, they went straight to Unc's cell. And the sergeant was talking to Unc the whole time. Unc explaining himself. Nothing happened, man. Nothing happened. So just like that, man, Unc got his celly to move, man. He got the bottom bump. Like he showed aggression. He probably just kept scaring the dude. The old head probably was like, man, I ain't even trying to fight Unc, man. I ain't trying to fight over this bed, man. So old head tapped out and went to the bing, y'all. So boom. So old head checked in, man. Like, you know, like, I don't know if that's a case by him saying he checked in, but like, sometimes when you do want to leave your cell, they will put you in segregation until they find another place for you. They always can't find a place for you immediately. Like this, it's a procedure how they got to do this stuff. So like he checked in. I was thinking that maybe it was going to hurt his transfer. Like, you know what I mean? Like either way you lost, bro. Like you might as well have fought because you checking in is a case. So that's how I was thinking. But now Unc is in the cell by itself, man. You know what I mean? So after that incident right there, you know what I mean? It was like, he didn't look like he was tougher than everybody. Like he didn't never give off that sign until you would get to talking to him. But like after he got rid of his roommate, man, he just was all like, yeah, man, I told y'all, yeah, man, like, man, listen, man, I ain't even trying to fight nobody, man, because if I fight somebody, man, I'm going to jail, man, because these junks need to be registered, man. Yeah, these junks need to be registered, man. I'm telling you, man, like I told him, man. I said, so what you tell him, Unc, man? I said, you told him, like, he just got to leave, man. He said, man, I told that nigga ass, man, you got motherfucking 5 minutes to get your monkey ass off this motherfucking bed. That nigga looked at me and said, you can have the bed. I was like, God damn, Unc, you scared that nigga like that, man? He was like, man, listen, man, I don't give a fuck, man. That nigga popped the top. He took his shirt off. Unc, Diesel is a bitch. Pause. That's word. Unc was like, yeah. That nigga see me in the cell doing all these goddamn push-ups. Unc do push-ups off the toilet on some maniac shit. Unc goddamn. The major incline jumps. Unc goddamn slapping. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, he seen me in the cell doing these push-ups. Yeah, that's what he saw. Yeah, that nigga already know what time it is, man. So we like, all right, that's what's up, man. But look, though, back then we was telling you in the beginning, though, man, like, look, just chill out, Unc, man. Like, it ain't even, you know what I mean? It ain't all that serious, man. Like, you got your bottom bump, man. Like, this cool out now. I said, you ain't trying to get transferred. When your annual review? He was like, shit, I already had my annual review. I'm stuck for another year. I'm saying in my head, well, this is why he probably moving like this maniac. Goddamn, he was like, yeah, I'm stuck for another year, man. I was like, well, look, nah, my shit coming up in March. So I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. Real talk, man. He was like, yeah, like Lawrenceville like that. I said, bro, listen, Lawrenceville is like the fucking college dorms as far as what I heard compared to Sussex, man. I said, you came up here the wrong time, to be honest with you, Unc, man. You see all these goddamn gates they done built in this motherfucker, man. I said, niggas don't even go out the wreck like that because this shit's so fucked up. He was like, yeah, I know, man. But he was like, look, dude, all I'm saying is, though, man, like, for real, they better bring somebody in here that I rock with, because if they don't bring nobody in here I rock with, and I told the Sarge, if they don't bring nobody in here I rock with, then they ain't gonna be able to stay. They ain't gonna be able to stay. So I'm like, all right, man, like, you got a problem with everything, man, so boom. He one of them type of old heads, man. Like, this is the type of old head that you will see in penitentiary, man. One that's super serious at all times. One that act like he don't play no games. He don't do no joking. And he got a problem with everything, man. Like, that's how them old dudes be in there. I feel like if I was an old dude and doing life sentence in prison, like, I wouldn't be like that, man. Like, I'm overly tough. I gotta always, talk like this. All that dumb ass shit. Like, I wouldn't be like that, man. I'll just be blending in with the younger niggas. And knowing that I'm washed up, man, I won't be trying to do shit. Like, them old heads, they try to go all the way into they like damn near 60 still acting like they damn tough in penitentiary, man. I'm being honest with y'all, man. And that's crazy to believe that, man. But that's just how it is in there, man. So, like, Unc just was in there bitten. You know what I mean? Unc wasn't doing nothing crazy. They finally brought him a celly after 2 days. He was dolo for a couple days. They bring him a celly. When they bring him a celly, it's another old head. So I guess he felt like he can get along with him. Dude got on the top rack. It wasn't no problems. So it wasn't nothing going on with him and the old head. Now, I told y'all the dude, homeboy, is still in the jail. You know what I mean? The one who he just made leave and shit. The one that was talking to Unc when he first came in the pod and they got into about the bottom bunk. Now, me and him ended up having a conversation because my homeboy ended up getting some la-la. Me and him ended up having a conversation, man, because they ended up getting some la-la in the pod. So I guess somebody had told him, like, yo, all that Weezy. But I'm trying to figure out, why did somebody tell him that? I haven't messed with the la-la in almost a year, y'all. So boom. That was wrong information. So he pull up. He was like, hey, look, you trying to buy? I got a spoon, man. My man sent to me, man. He was like, I ain't trying to tell everybody, though, because, you know, this is, you know what I mean? People find out you got this, they'll try to. I was like, yeah, bro. I said, be honest with you, bro. I don't want that, bro. He was like, for real? I was like, yeah, bro. He said, they told me you smoke. I said, nah, not no more. You know what I mean? I said, I'm gonna wait till I get to Lawrenceville to mess with that la-la, bro. I was like, I can't win up here, bro. I said, man, as soon as you hit a feezy, man, that man gonna come put your dick in the cup, man. I can't keep doing that shit, man. Like, I ain't, you know what I mean? He was like, yeah, I feel that, though, man. I was like, nah, man, shit crazy, though. What's up? What you got going on, though? I said, there's a couple people might buy this shit, though. You know what I mean? He was like, He was like, oh, yeah. He was like, look, yeah, my man about to come back over here, too. He sent me a kite and said he about to move him back in the pod, but not in the cell with Unc. I was like, for real? He was like, yeah, he about to come back in the pod. So I'll say about a couple days later, you know what I mean? A couple days later, we all in the pod chilling, you know what I mean? Everybody that jump, minding our business, slide open up. We thought it was about to be, but ain't nobody hit the police noise. We look, we just seen a dude coming from out the hallway with an orange jumpsuit on, you know what I mean? Pulling his car, he pulling the car, like I ain't even know this old school because he done grew his beard out. He done been back there about a couple weeks. I'm like, I see as the dude, he come back in, he like, he went to the booth. He was looking like he needed a cut, shower, all in one motion. He went to the joint. He was like, hey, CO. Hey, what cell I'm going into? What cell you got me going into? Guess she told him. He was like, he started walking like towards the back. Like back in the back of the pod, like down by like cells 22 and all that shit. He started walking back towards there. As he started walking back towards there, I seen that nigga Unc. That nigga Unc was at the door. He came, I guess he came to this door. You can see him in the window. He came to this door. Unc bald headed. Unc was goddamn, I guess he was in that bitch doing push-ups. Unc's head looked sweaty as a bitch. That nigga had that bright ass green toothpick in his mouth. Y'all know them old school toothpicks that got the piece to it with the dental flaws right there. That's the junk he got in his mouth. He like, I look at that nigga at the door like this. He like, he seen that nigga walk in, he was like,
get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family. siblings and blood. Stay out the way. Kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way. Mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way. Stand out the way. What you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.